My name is Eric Wunsch, and I play Romeo. About a year ago, the ensemble had decided on their season for this year, and they had decided they were going to do Romeo and Juliet, and they knew they wanted to do it with a small cast and a really quick, fast production. So I was thinking about it a lot and thinking about what I think is relevant about still telling this really old, amazing story and doing this old play. And I started to think about how the story of these two warring houses are a lot like the sort of warring political factions whose conflicts become more heated every day in America. We have the right wing, the Republicans, who have sort of stood on the side of business and of politics as usual a little bit. And we have, beyond Democrats and left wingers, we have people who are really actively protesting. And one of the things that I was really inspired by was the Occupy movement, which began on Wall Street and spread across the world, which are people who, in all sorts of creative and incredible ways, occupied parks and occupied spaces all over America to protest in the name of love and fairness and equality. And so with that in mind, and with the history of protest theater, groups like Bread and Puppet, I thought it would be really interesting to present a version of Romeo and Juliet that was as if it was performed by Occupy protesters, and as if these protesters had taken over our theater and are using it in a way that has never been used before, and that in their version of the story, the Montagues, where Romeo comes from, are protesters and people who feel marginalized, the 99%, as it were. And the Capulets are a wealthy political party. But we're not trying to make the point that the Montagues are right and the Capulets are wrong, or vice versa. What we're trying to say is these two groups have become so heated, and that violence has become such a regular part of their existence, that the thought of someone from either group being able to love each other has become impossible. And so I think both the message of the actual play Romeo and Juliet and what we're doing is that love isn't dead and you can't kill love, and that love is the best form of activism and the best form of politics. And if we're going to agree about any of our social or political upheavals, we need to embrace that we're all humans and that we are capable of love, and that that's something that we want to do. We want to have a positive effect. So that's sort of the whole point of this idea. And now we have Sydney Panikar making music, and we have Josh Gallagher, who designed this incredible immersive set that takes over the entire theater. And so there's something to look at every angle. And we have a huge group of teen actors who are playing major roles in the show and doing an awesome job. And we have two new interns here and a guest, my partner Kristen, who are helping with design and acting in the show and playing large roles. And so it's really great to feel that community is being cultivated as we make this show, because I really am hoping that the effect on the audience is that they feel that sense of community, even for just a second. They put their political beliefs to the side, and they embrace this big, loving celebration and the nature of this really tragic story.